Hi guys. Okay. No, we're doing something new tonight now, actually.
Well, we have yes, we have reviews and things.
Yeah. Now, what we decided to start doing is we had a good fun last month doing what we're watching TV wise in relation to Comics Unity ish. And I thought it made sense really to tell you to me, Michael, didn't I? Perhaps we should be looking at what we're actually reading as well.
Indeed.
Now, there's two things we're going to talk about here. Which I've read both of them. Michael's read one of them.
Yes.
So, Michael, I'll ask you questions on the first one,
Okay.
and you can ask me questions on the second one if that's any good.
Will do.
Now, the first one is that Michael lent me a bit back actually. It's a six-part mini-series called God Country. And I've actually come to you, I just realised it was Donny Cates, wasn't it?
Yeah, Danny Cates and Jeff Shaw.
And I've realised I wrote down who actually wrote it and did it. Right, okay, I'll read the blurb out. And I want Michael to tell me a bit more about this series. He lent it to me, and I want to know why he lent this one to me out of interest. Okay, I do apologise for the bad language here as well. Southern bastards meet American gods in a high-stakes fantasy series that masterfully blends high-octane action and jaw-dropping world-building. In God Country, readers meet Emmett Quinlan, an old widower rackled by dementia. Emmett isn't just a problem with his children. His violent outbursts are more than the local cops can handle. When a tornado levels his home and others surrounding West Texas town, a restored Quinlan rises from the wreckage. An enchanted sword at the edge of the storm gives him more than a sound mind and body, however. He's now the only man that can face his overworld creatures the sword is drawn down to the Lodestar State. In God Country, salvation is a double-edged sword.
Indeed.
Right, Michael. I've read this and it's a six-part miniseries. What made you want me to read this one?
I was when we did our creator mini episodes, and you expressed interest in it.
Yeah, I do remember doing that one. I wasn't familiar with his work, John. She told John. What else has he wrote?
He's done very, very good Venom run, and he's doing Thor at the moment, which is very good as well.
Oh, that's fair enough.
He's sort of the Marvel Golden Boy at the minute.
Oh, that's fair enough. I know this was done by Image, wasn't it? So done a couple of years ago. So he must have took a hiatus basically. So
I think he was doing it at the same time.
Oh, right. It was It's a funny series, this one, because
he announced on Twitter that the other day, I think, that it has been optioned for a film.
Yes, I saw that
by Legendary, who did the Dark Knight films.
Yeah, it's got a very cinematic feel to it.
Indeed.
I felt the art was a bit scrappy for my liking, personally.
I liked it. It's very sort of Jack Kirby.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
It's very Kirby-ish.
Yeah, and I felt it seemed as
there's lots of Kirby that's going on.
I felt it for me as well, like, because obviously to make people aware of it. Like, I thought the use of the family was really good in it. It had to default. Emmett really did really bad. I probably had the best touches because without them, it was full of action a lot for the full 6 episodes, really, wasn't it? So,
yes.
And it certainly, it gave it the impression as a generic fighting comic, and the action in the last two issues added weight to it. But I liked it because it was a study of family and saying goodbye if you get a chance to say it, really, wasn't it? So, like for the second time. Because obviously, like, he'd lost a plot sometime before, hadn't he? So,
indeed.
What was your favourite bits about it?
Well, obviously not giving away spoilers and stuff. I liked the sort of parallels between Emmett's family and the other family.
Yeah. There was parallels straight away.
Yeah, there was parallels and the sort of lack of thing in one, but not the other.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point, actually. No, certainly so.
And I liked. I liked Emmett's desire to hold on to the sword because he didn't want to go back to the guy who didn't remember his own family.
Yeah. No,
he didn't want to go back to that guy.
Yeah. No, I got that straight away. And also, the sadness in it was when he realised in it that he brought back how he'd lost his wife.
Yes.
And I think he wished he clearly had forgotten. That was quite a sad bit.
The moment further on, for the wife as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, was there anything you didn't like about the series?
I think it was a sort of a bit rushed, but I think that was down to the fact that they only had 6. I get the feeling it was designed to be a 12.
Yeah, I was wondering that. In the comments I put on it, I was wondering if this is a 12-issue maxi series, or perhaps been an issue 8 or something. It did seem a bit rushing after issues 5 and 6.
Yeah, I wonder if it. Yeah, that's my only thing, is that I think it was like meant to be an 8 or a 12, but it's just a great read either way.
You can pick it up if anyone's interested, really. I had a bit of grimace about the artwork in place, but for what it is, it's a well-told series. And you can pick it up on Amazon for about £6-7 quite comfortably. Tops.
I think
it's not expensive.
Yeah,
not
it's
expensive.
a very personal sort of thing for them because they're both from that area.
That explains why. It felt very like a passion project, the two, and I didn't know where they're from. No, I give it a 7.5 out of 10 personally, but I think you would give it more than that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's fair. Well, no, I enjoyed it. So it's worth it. It's a recommendation, certainly. So, right, Michael. I've been reading also as well. I've been reading the first 3 issues of the Sandman Universe of Hellblazer, which is done by C. Sparrow, who been doing the Dreamer recently, and Aaron Campbell, who did Infinital. Now, I'm going to skip talking about the prologue issue instead of going to talk about these first 3 issues. Is there anything you want to start off with, Michael?
No, just wherever you'd like.
Okay, would you like me to read the blurb?
Yeah, please.
It. It's basically, it was the blurb of it coming up when they advertised the first issue. It kind of covered all of it. John Constantine is back in London, back to his old tricks and just in time, as things have become very dark indeed in his old stomping grounds. A small-time gang lord has found himself dealing with a big-time outbreak of supernatural weirdness, and without any allies to come on and nothing left to call his own, John doesn't have much choice about taking a paycheck from London's worst, or accepting the help of one of his gang lords would-be foot soldiers. But what should be an open-shut exorcism turns out to end up in butt, and the author of his madness may just be getting started on their terrible masterpiece. The original Constantine is back in this series with C. Sparrow and Aaron Campbell, with nothing to his name but decades of bad memories and an unearned second chance. Okay, anything you want to mention?
No, just whatever you like.
Okay, I'll say good night. I'll get you asking me questions eventually. I'll get you to be a hard one in that. Well, anyway, it's
kind of hard to ask questions because I haven't read it. So
yeah, it's fine. So what I liked about it was, are you familiar with the original Hellblazer series?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one where it was really worked with was he had the dark-bladed British humourist back with a vengeance in this comic, and it really was. Whether there was a frankly shocking, funny gag at the end of the first issue, which appeared to be about a naked Boris Johnson running up and down tunnels, which I'm surprised that they got away with actually. So with that one, but he kind of C. Sparrow picked it up really well. He had it as Gareth Ennis' sort of voice and Hellblazer, and also Warren Ellis as well on the script. But Aaron Campbell you've got to read these because they were fantastic. What he had a case of is very like Sean Phillips. That sort of detail in the drawing.
That is high praise.
Yeah, but what's interesting is with it is I've been talking to him on Facebook about this, and he's I think at the time it's taken him to do the arcs, he haven't taken constant breaks because issues 1 to 3. He's not doing 4 and 5. Somebody else is coming to do it. I think he's back for 6, 7, and 8. Somebody else is doing issue 9. He's back for 10, 11, 12. I don't know what they're doing beyond that yet. So, but it sounds like to me it's very like Sean Phillips, but it's got a bit of Tim Bradstreet, if you're familiar with him as well.
Ah.
Are you familiar with Tim Bradstreet?
Yeah.
Got a bit of his feel to it as well. And it's it really impressive because the characters are spot on it. And it was also the angels in it, they take out some of the gangs in the first several issues, and it's really quite horrifying. It's the most horrifying Hellblazer I've seen in probably 10 years.
It kind of lends itself to that though.
Yeah, it does. And it doesn't, but it's good like as
John kind of needs to be that
bastard, basically.
He needs to be the bastard, and his comics sort of need that horror to it.
Yeah, they did. And that's what it missed it. It's missed it. All the ones he had cropping up in cameos and DC comics were all right, but he's best in this sort of thing, to be honest with you. Now, what's good is you've actually got he's got a new backing cast here as well. Because the long-suffering Chaz got killed off in the prologue comic. He got cancer and he died. But they've brought in a Glaswegian bouncer called Nat,
Cool.
and who cracks even more dirty jokes than he does, and says
And that is saying something.
that is saying something, and said she won't sleep with him, but loves his cigarettes and provides some of the funnier parts of the free issue so far, as well as giving John something to do he's thinking about. And there was an introduction of a new police officer, DC Dole, who's an Asian one, just obviously, but that he had a real slight sinister side. You don't know what quite they're going to do with him yet. And they've given him a new Chaz. They have one of the gang members,
Ooh.
who's a young lad called Noah, who's deaf.
Oh, cool.
So he's given like it's. I mean, they've created a backing cast room already with a few other people. So like a free issue, they covered a lot of ground. So when the monsters or the angels in this series,
Again, I think John sort of needs that backing cast.
yeah, he does, and it's each Earth's wrote him over the years has usually given a new female companion, whether they're sleeping with him or a friend. And hopefully this Nat's going on there because she's brilliant. Got a real sort of harshness
I
about
think
her.
it's kind of like Doctor Who in that John needs to have people round him.
Yeah.
To be us, basically.
Yeah, basically. And what's always frightening then is that the people around him, you know, he ain't gonna have a happy ending.
No.
Because he's got that sort of feeling in him where like, if you're a friend of him, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because he'll sacrifice you for the cause, whether he means to or not. If an angel monster's coming for him and you're stood next to him, he'll run hide behind the bar. And when he turns his back, he'll oh shit, you're gone as well.
Yes.
That's right. But this is tremendous. I really didn't think we'd see this constant again.
I love John, but standing next to John's not really great.
No, and that's why everyone watches Matt Ryan in the bits and pieces he's done so far.
Yes.
It's not. He's brilliant, Matt Ryan. He's really got constant down to his T. But you want to see him in the really nasty stuff.
Yeah.
And there's only been one episode in the original TV
I think
series.
he's been the best live action Constantine.
Yeah, there's only been one real Constantine episode.
He's not been out and out Constantine yet.
He has in the Feast of Friends in the TV episode.
Okay.
But that was basically took off the first two issues, where he sacrificed his best mate to open the load of bees inside him to hold the monster. And that was the first time I noticed how I've seen him do it so far. I'm a bastard he'll be.
Yeah, that.
But the rest of it's been fun. But you want to see something more.
Yeah, he's sort of in the TV shows and what have you. I mean, I get they can't do everything, but he's been sort of the lovable role, not the bastard.
Yeah, and we want to see the bastard.
Yeah, and John is a bastard. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he is. He's a bastard. All your mates want to be him, and all the girls want to sleep with him.
Yes,
That's what Garathina sells.
And if you're mates with him, it generally doesn't end well.
No, it doesn't. So I'm hoping it's going to go after a good start. It's been a fantastic first 3 issues. Michael, yeah.
I will do.
And that's it, guys, and what we've been reading. Next month it's going to be, I don't know what the second one will be, but it's certainly going to be a New York 4, which is wrote by Brian Wood, I think it was.
Indeed.
But I'm going to lend that to Michael. Michael, take that away with him, and we'll both talk about that next month.
Yeah.
We'll pick something else. So, say bye, Michael.
Team high
Ciao. Just 2 high fives. Amanda's not here this episode. See you all soon.
Yeah.